Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our day of games, highlighting pride in the TTRPG community. Really looking forward to this. We are raising money for the Trevor Project, which is a charity that works to honestly save lives of LGBTQIA plus youths. Also want to say a big thank you to our sponsors today. We have Lucky Hand Dice, Heartbeat Dice, and Roll20. So really encourage you to go check them out. They really helped us out today, and we appreciate it. I am Ryan, and we're going to be playing Glitter Hearts today. Glitter Hearts is a magical girl adventure about fighting evil on behalf of love and justice, while also trying to pass that test on Tuesday. The game is made by Greg. Make sure I get his name right. Greg Leatherman, and it is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, so it should be a really good time. We're going to be doing lots of cool magical things. And I'm playing with these lovely people here today. So if we could just go around and you could all introduce yourself and say where people can find you. And we'll start with Natalie.
All right. Hi, I'm Natalie. You can find me on Twitter at Chaotic Rogue, and today I'm playing Parker. I don't know if you want me to say anything else about her, but that's...
We'll do character introductions in just a second.
Perfect. I think that's it.
Delicia, you want to take it away?
Hi, I'm Delicia. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Delicia Pastiche, and I am playing Harlow.
And Alex.
Hey there, I'm Alex. You can find me on Instagram at SadWizardVibes, and I'm playing Olive.
And Rue.
Hi, I'm Rue. I'm playing Butty, and you can find me on Twitter at CherryDrop.
Finally, Alice, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Alice. You can find me on Twitter at Alice Joren. That is Jooren, because I imagine people probably can't spell it. And I'm playing Petal.
All right, thanks. So I think with that, we are going to jump into our game. To get started, so yeah, we have already made all our characters. We have just a few more things to finish up with character creation, and then we'll jump into the main story itself. So in the same order that we just did, could you introduce your character to say a little bit about them?
All right. So I only remember that I went first. That's how I know I'm going first.
I'm going based on the order of people in my screens.
All good. All good. Yeah, so as mentioned, I'm playing Parker. They use she, they pronouns. Parker's the type of person who is somehow became the class president or the class president or student council president rather, and is in charge, very much thinks things through, but isn't necessarily like the popular kid or anything like that. Things just oddly work out in her favor, which is great because the everyday identity is the gifted. Weird little things happen that just works that way. In the other side, in the magical girl universe, I don't know, I'm playing the tactician, who also has a mystical connection to like the dark side and kind of very much evokes the like shadowy nature of things. And so I think that's a little bit into where she goes and what she does and all of that. But she's very much about teamwork and working with everybody. She is not going to be the one punching anybody. She is not, they are not strong. They are squishy. So, but we're going to work as a team and it's going to be great. And that's very much kind of Parker's mentality is, no, together, we got this. Together, though. Together. It'll be a well-executed machine.
All right, thanks. Delicia, you want to introduce us to your character?
Hi, I am playing Harlow, and they are that kid in high school who is very quiet and soft, but also really friendly and wants just to make sure that everyone's in a good place. If they see you sad in the hallway, they've probably got a cupcake for you because they're their biggest hobby is baking. They just really like making sweet things. And that's sort of how they connect with people, is by giving them food. And they're a very good listener. So I kind of see them as like the bartender, but instead of alcohol, they've got an ear and a donut. They are also not into the punching. They're very much about defense. So when magical girl boy takes over, they are protecting people. They want to make sure they're working together and giving everyone pep talks and channeling the light inside of them to just help everyone bond and feel good.
Right, thank you. And Alex, go ahead.
Okay, so Olive is both the captain of the wrestling team and the founder of the Green Teenagers at their school. They are super into the environment and also super into being captain. Both are very necessary. But Olive, I think everyone kind of knows Olive, whether they want to or not. You know, they're sort of on the street doing petitions, making sure, everything is nice and green and sustainable. Annoying, but in a wholesome way, you know. But yeah, and when they transform into their magical self, they are half sort of like the defender, but also very tankish. They can throw some punches and take some heat for some people. So they like to care and help. Mhm.
Go ahead, Rue.
Right. So Vati her full name is Saraswati, but she goes by Vati with most people. She's also a part of Olive's Green Teenager group. She excels at math and history. She's the dreamer archetype. So she kind of has her head in the cloud a little bit. She does well in school, and was a part of a few competitions, but then just learned she really didn't like actively participating in anything, so she stopped doing so, except for the Green Teenagers, which she just is mostly a part of because her friends are a part of it and she wants to be around her friends. When she changes to her magical girl form, her power is in disgust, and that really threads through to her actual personality too. She is grossed out by a lot of things all the time, especially like textures and stuff. So all of her clothes kind of are like in her normal form are very like cotton based and like breathable. And she, even though she gets grossed out very often, she leans into it because she thinks it makes her stronger, to like suffer through the pain of being grossed out. So she likes to do a lot of like gardening and like cleaning up. And she has a pet slash minion lizard. If you want to look it up, I think it's called a frilled lizard. I thought it was small. It's like a 3-foot long beast, and half of that is tail, apparently. So that is what she has. And she carries it in a big giant bag, like those people with chihuahuas in their bags. But for her, it's just a big giant lizard. And she is constantly like just wigged out by the things that lizard does. It does a lot of really weird things. She loves them, but gosh.
All right, thanks. And Alice.
So I'm playing Petal, and Petal is kind of the type of person who at school you don't notice because she's in the background a lot. I think she's probably pretty often like second to Parker in like academic things, but nobody notices because people just look to Parker. And yeah, she's a goth, and probably people, if they do notice her, they're just like, oh, that's that weirdo again. But she does also go to the Green Initiative, but she doesn't talk to anyone there. Maybe now and then if there's something wrong with the plant, but otherwise. Yeah, in her magical form, she is a witch, and her mystical connection is death. So that's also a bit unsettling, but she'll be okay.
Okay. So now that we all have an idea of who all the characters are, you get a chance to choose the nature of your relationship. So your connection can either be cooperative or competitive. There's still fundamentally a friendship, but it's more about like how you help each other and help and support each other out. So a cooperative relationship, in the book it says, you work together and do your best to support each other. Your relationship is one of understanding and you are always there for each other. And a competitive relationship, you strive to best one another. If they can do it, you can do it better. Each of you drives the other to be better by trying to be the best yourself. So it is also possible. So you can have your character might see someone else as having a cooperative relationship, but they might see you as having a competitive relationship. It's about how you relate to that person. So you get to choose the nature of your relationship to the other characters here. And that is an open discussion.
Oh boy.
I don't think Olive really has competitive with anyone here, at least. They're really only competitive in like sports and athletics. So if no one here is trying to beat them in wrestling, then yeah, I didn't think
Absolutely
so.
not. Absolutely not.
Mhm.
I feel like Petal's relationship is probably competitive with nearly everyone. I think she might be I think she might be cooperative with Parker, but that's it.
I love that.
I think that could be happening, but I think Parker sees Petal kind of as a competition of, okay, no, I need to step up. Like, that's just it.
Amazing. The only person she sees as a friend doesn't see her as a friend. I see how it is.
I think they see it, they're friends, but she sees them as like, no, I still need to do better than Petal, though.
I love that.
Yeah, think of it like a friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You challenge me to be better. It's okay.
I would love it if Vati is like competitive with someone who just sees them as sees her as a friend and it's just like, oh, she's sweet, and constantly Vati is like, I must be better, but it's just like from her angle, and the other person's just like, oh, she's so nice. Like, look at her doing stuff.
Who do you think that might be with?
I don't know. I almost want to say Olive just because Olive is such like high competition that like there's just no way. And also I feel like Vati would just really not like activities that make her sweat. So that's even more hilarious that she attempts to like doing like workout things, but only when Olive is around to impress them.
And Olive is just doting. They're like, you're doing so good. I'm so proud of how far you've come.
I feel like that infuriates her. She's like, no, see me as your rival.
Her little section of the garden is just thriving, though.
I don't think Carlo knows how to be competitive. It's just not in their nature at all. It's just happiness. Like, oh, you want to make cupcakes too? That's great. Yours are better. That's amazing. You did a better job than I did. I love it.
Oh my God.
I have had a friend in real life who is basically Harlow, and like, I love it. So
does Harlow make the green teens like those dirt cupcakes with all the worms and stuff?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Every bake sale is just sold out because Harlow's baked goods are just top notch.
Harlow's like the second reason why it's so popular. Everyone loves this club. But
I joined this club for the baking.
I guess like disappointed, but they'll take it. They're like, all right, whatever gets you in the door.
Is that everyone?
Think so?
I think so.
On your character sheet, there's a spot near the bottom of the first page where you can write down everyone's name, and there's a heart for cooperative, and there's like two hearts with a little VS in the center for a competitive relationship. Just make a quick note there of the relationship you have with everyone, because when you work together, the nature of your relationship determines what bonuses you get.
Oh.
So it kind of tweaks the move. We can do this together.
Okay.
So is everyone good to keep going?
Yes.
All right, so again, true magical goal form, you have a mystical creature who helps you out on your journey, and you get to decide what that creature is. And it could be a literal animal, it could be an alien, it could be an AI that lives in your phone. It could be, was it a room?
Oh yeah, a room. I forgot to say his name.
Considering how many of us are part of this green initiative, could it be a plant?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
That'd be cool.
that's
We-
cool.
I
We
like
saved one of the oldest trees at the school, and because we saved it,
Yes.
Yeah.
that.
We have like Grandmother Willow. That'd be perfect.
Oh,
Oh, that's
that is
cool.
fantastic.
I love that. That's like our spot to hang out.
yeah. That's the hangout. That's yeah.
Mhm.
The meetup spot.
Amazing.
no
I'm
one comes by
picturing-
because we're just talking to a tree.
I'm picturing this old tree on the school
my
grounds,
God.
and there's like a room around it with like a hole in the top for the tree to go around. And the school always thought it was too much like trouble to do upkeep, and then the Green Initiative was like, "We'll do it."
Mhm. It's got bean bags. Everything's locally sourced. It's awesome.
I love it. I
Perfect.
love it.
That's
What's the
awesome.
tree's name, or what do you call the tree, I guess?
Hmm.
Oh heck.
Names are always the hardest
Is
part.
there a tree name
Really are.
generator?
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm like, googling tree names.
Names
is
for
one.
magical
Sage.
trees.
Let's start here. What kind of tree is it?
Hmm.
I like
the
the
fact-
willow.
There,
Yeah,
there
that's
actually
all I could picture.
is a tree name generator.
Of course
There is.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. What kind of tree did we decide? Do we want to?
I like willow trees. They seem very inherently magical.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and like a wisdom to them too.
Mhm.
Right? And you can hide underneath them.
And the
Yeah.
magic like
Perfect.
droops down the droopy tendrils.
Yeah.
Droopy.
Yeah.
Hey. Call it the old droop.
Oh
The
my
old
God.
droop.
I hate this name.
I feel like
Me too.
all did that, but like, and then we've been like, no, that's not the name.
Oh, that's what the rest of the school calls it.
Oh, that could
Yes.
work.
That's cute. Man, this tree name generator is getting weird though.
I know there's some weird stuff here. I don't even know how to say half of them.
Oh no.
Let's just okay.
Cassava, that's like a fruit though. A sass and cassava is like a name that just
Okay.
came up, and I don't know how I feel about that.
The scientific name of a willow is salix.
Ooh,
That's a cool
like
name.
that.
Yeah,
I
I'm down
like
with that.
There we go.
Salad.
Salix.
Wonderful. So once per session, you can ask Salix for advice on what to do, and you'll roll 2d6. And based on the result, you may or may not get something good. The possibilities are on, so like on a 12 plus, Salix will know exactly what's happening, and everyone gains 1 point in the power pool. On a 10 plus, the advice is solid, and everyone gets to hold 1, and you can spend that hold at any time to add 1 to your roll. On a 7 to 9, they're not sure what's happening, but they have your backs, and you gain a +1 on your next roll because of their encouragement. And on a 6 or lower, they are just afraid that everyone's in danger, and I will have fun with that. But now that you have your mystical creature, I want to know a little bit about your friend. So you have a friend at school. She's also in the Green Initiative, and she also plays the guitar in a band. And I just want to know, um, Vati, what's one good memory you have with your friend Hayat? She's this kind of fun, upbeat person, and yeah. So just tell me one good memory you have with her.
Okay. I think a memory she has is that they went to the local like watering hole or like lake nearby, and Hyatt jumped in, like had one of those tire swings, and she like launched off it and jumped in and then dared Vati to do it. But Vati's like, I don't know, this is like a natural lake and there's lots of like things in there. I can't see it. It's kind of murky. And she's just like, come on, go for it. I bet you can't. She's like, I bet you're just too scared. And that like dare got her to do it. She had a lot of fun, but whenever she talks about it, she's like, oh, that lake.
Awesome. And Petal, can you describe a time that you and Hayat got up to mischief together?
Ooh. I feel like they might have snuck into like the biology classroom sometime and moved all of the like the skeletons and the anatomy models to be recreating a scene from a musical.
That's fantastic. I love it. Um, Harlow, can you share a secret that Hyatt shared with you? The other characters may not know, but just tell us about that moment where she confided in you.
Ooh, I think Hyatt confessed that she often doesn't know if anyone really likes her or her music, and it makes her really nervous. And she worries that she won't get any better at her music. But, Harlow just confided that so many of us talk about it even when she's not there because we think she's so talented. But she's a little insecure about it.
Okay, thank you. And Olive, can you describe a time that that you helped Hyatt out when she was in a pinch?
Yeah, I think there was a time when Hyatt wanted to play at this like local coffee shop, and she was super nervous. It was one of her first times. And while there was nothing holding her back, but her fear, Olive sort of maybe just kind of signed her up without asking. It wasn't the best at the time, but it did help Hyatt. They just went for it. She went for it, and everyone loved it, and she got invited back. And it was surprisingly, it worked out great.
Love it. Okay, and last question to Parker. Can you describe a time that Hyatt helped you out when you were in a tight spot?
Yeah, okay. So with Hyatt, I think at some point in time there would have been an issue with, I'm going to say like with one of the school clubs or something like that. Like perhaps it was with one of like the music or band ones. And so like that Hyatt's relationship with music and whatnot, they were able to like help dissolve that issue. Like there was as student council president, I have to talk to the teachers and I have to get budget approvals and whatnot. And they just weren't understanding that I need to have an actual budget. Yeah. And so I'm going to go with that. Like was able to help mediate a situation that I was struggling to mediate for once. I just couldn't get through to the band group, like the band camp people. And so, Hyatt understood things from both perspectives and was able to kind of come and bring both sides to the table and was like, no, but you have to understand, like, this is what they need in order to do their music, in order to have things happen and like produce it well. And so from there, we were able to come to a mutual agreement. And I wasn't voted out of being the student council president. So Oh, her.
So yeah, this is your friend Hyatt. You've probably known her for at least a little while. You've had some good memories, some interesting things happen to you. But you five are also magical heroes. And let's assume that if this were a TV show, we're on episode 7. So you've transformed before, you've fought evil, but it's still pretty new and you're still adjusting to this new dynamic. And what you do know is that somewhere from the Echoverse, there is a strange life form that is waiting to hatch, but it lives on human emotion. And so the caretakers of this egg, the silver egg, have come to Earth to try and draw human emotion. And whenever that happens, you come across echoes, which are these strange kind of apparitions that mimic people, but they're really not quite people. And you've had the chance to defeat many of them, a few of them now, but you know that there are still more out there and that this problem is just beginning. So, are there any questions so far? Everyone feeling good? Just checking in? All right, well then let's jump into our story proper. You can still hear the crowd from the other room as you stand backstage at the Hideaway, a small concert venue in your city. And Jetpack Jane, Hyatt's band, has just finished opening for the headliner that night. And you see Hyatt come running in. Her eyes are just alight. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe we just did that. I know it wasn't the best, but like, I don't know, like I hit that solo and I really just nailed it. Like I was really struggling with the rhythm before. And what did you guys think? Like, how was it?
Olive is just like snapping and clapping. I was like, you did so good.
Thanks. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, right? Like, you really
You
gave me
got
that.
so much better than that one time.
Yeah.
Still sorry about that, but you did great.
Thanks.
It wasn't bad.
That was so good. No, so good.
I'm really glad that all of you decided to come out. It made me feel a lot better knowing that I had some friends, cheering me on. And you can see like the rest of the band is coming back. It's a 4-person band, and they're filtering back, and you can see this like they're all looking pretty excited about what they just did. This is probably their biggest show thus far. And you see a person, someone who's well into adulthood, walk back and walk over to the band. And as this person approaches, you can see the whole band, like their demeanor changes. Hyatt's face just kind of goes very stoic, and all of that life is just kind of put on pause. It says, that was all right, but music should stir the soul. And when I looked out there, I saw some people were dancing, but they could have been dancing more. They could have been feeling more. Your music should be able to bring out a lot more in people. And this weekend, we have that benefit concert. Okay, this benefit concert is something that the Green Initiative knows all about. You've been wanting to start a community garden, if that's cool with everyone. Does that sound like a project that the Green Initiative is good with? Trying to raise money to start a community garden. So you've put together this concert that's going to happen next weekend. And you've hired lots of local talent to perform, including Jetpack Jane, Hyatt's band. And so this man, Cal, says, I really do expect you to be much better come the concert. Listen, we're going to have a rehearsal the day before in the park. I want you to be there. We'll have the setup. And I need you to swing by SE Entertainment's headquarters. We just have to sign a little bit more paperwork. Remember, if this goes well, SE Entertainment might be looking to sign a new band. And you can see Hyatt's face is still just kind of, and she's petting a stone that's on her necklace, just thumbing it. And Cal looks at the rest of you and says, I hope you'll be there at the concert. We need everyone that can be there. We need to raise as much money as possible. And Cal walks out in a bit of a huff.
Vati kind of leans over to Parker and is like, wow, what a jerk. And then tries to send Autumn out to like trip Cal as he is walking. I will totally make a roll for that.
You know what? Go for it. That sounds like it could be a thwart peril.
Okay. And also, so my personal minion through the witch thing also has a move. So there's one, I think assistant works with it, where it's when you send your minion to perform a simple task, I can roll plus mystical.
All right. Well, why don't you do that?
I roll 2d6, right?
Yes, indeed.
Hoping that second roll is better than this one. Okay, so I had a 1 and a 5, 6, and then I have a +2, so 8.
8. So it says, on a 7 to 9, your familiar can complete the task, but the GM will offer you a hard choice, an extra cost, or the familiar attracts attention and danger. So describe Arum going out and doing this thing.
Sorry for that. There it goes. I think she like slowly bends down and just puts her bag on the floor so that Autumn can like leap out of it, and then she's just like, go trip him. And then Autumn is like very like like trying not to do it. He doesn't like to do things that are mean. So she's like, come on, go. And she's like nudging him forward. And he finally does reluctantly like run after. Yeah. And I think he's just like kind of skittering between people's legs.
Yeah, you look and you see Cal just like tripping, goes, oh, what is... And he just about falls over. He bumps into someone else and the drink spills on his shirt. And he looks down at Arum and you think you can see just the slightest hint of recognition in his eyes as he looks at Arum and then looks back at the 5 of you. And his eyes narrow. And then continues on his way as he kind of brushes off his shirt.
Yeah, I think Vati is like just barely containing her amusement. So he can totally see that too if we like.
Parker is like right next to Vati and is just waving as doing that I'm being nice to adults thing, but also
Olive is just straight up laughing as his drink goes everywhere. Just so she's like, ha ha.
Petal gives the dragon a single scritch.
I don't think that Harlow understands like that it was intentional. They're like, oh, Betty, oh no, he got out again. Have to maybe check his bag. Is there a hole in it?
But
yes, there's a hole in it. It's a bag.
I was gonna say she's like, yeah, at the top.
Needs more treats to stay in the bag. I think that's just gonna help. Definitely deserves a treat.
And I got hurt one day.
Looking back at Hyatt, she still kind of has this blank look on her face as she's still petting this stone, and then kind of shakes her head. And says, oh, sorry, what? Was Cal just here?
Yeah. He was kind of giving you a hard time, actually.
Oh.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I guess it's just like the excitement or something. And yeah, I should probably pack up and head out. And she starts putting her guitar away into its case, and the rest of the band, you see the same kind of vacant look on their face as they're all kind of like looking around at each other and kind of whispering as they start to pack up for the evening.
Can I help her pack up and then maybe like intentionally, but trying to make it not intentional, like brush against her skin at some point? I have a move called Lifelines. I can glimpse the truth when touching someone to see events of their past, which I would love to do.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Yeah, I mean, you're friends, so she wouldn't say no to some help. What does it look like on screen?
I think Petal just kind of like watches her still be kind of like flustered and confused, and just picks up some like papers that were probably in the guitar case to some music sheets to put them together, like hands them over, and then kind of like brushes against her what is this called? A wrist. Yes, wrist. She brushes against her wrist. And there's like a flash as with like a purple sheen in Petal's eyes as she views the past.
Okay. Well, why don't you roll Glimpse of Truth?
All right.
Do you get to roll with a different stat, or do you just?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I was looking into Glimpse the Truth, and it says roll plus mental if looking for everyday clues and observable facts, which kind of implies that you roll something else if you're not looking for everyday clues and observable facts, but then it never says anything else, so I'm assuming it's just mental.
Yeah. Yeah, so just roll plus mental.
Right. That is a 4 and a 6, so a 10. My mental is 0, so it's still a 10.
Yep. So you get to ask 3 questions from the list on Glimpse of Truth. So if you have the PDF open, it's on page 62.
All right. What here is not what it appears to be, or what are they trying to hide?
So as you get this glimpse into the past, you see Cal and the rest of the band, and Cal looks a little bit off. It's almost like there's a veil over his face or something like that. It's like he's not quite part of this dimension or something. And you see that veil transfer over to Hyatt and the other band members. And you see their eyes just go blank, and that same veil, that same kind of shadowy look on them just starts to fade away, and they walk off, but clearly not the same as they were before.
Okay. And what's about to happen?
You get another vision, and it's from very recently. In fact, it is from just the concert, and you can see the band through Hyatt's point of view, and you can see that the audience is dancing, but they're not quite as energetic as you might expect them to be. But what you do see, you just get little flashes of like almost like a glowing cord from these people to Hyatt's necklace, and a similar stone on the other band members' bodies. Another one has a bracelet. The drummer has like a hairpiece with a stone. The singer's got a ring on, and you can see these lines just going into the different these different stones.
Okay. Do I have to ask all of the questions right now? It says hold, so
yeah, so
okay.
You can hang on and save it for a little bit later.
All right, I would love to save the last one.
Okay.
I think Petal kind of like after finishing up helping put the stuff away, sits back and says, "That's a very nice necklace, Hyatt. Where did you get it? I've never seen you with it before."
Oh, Cal gave it to us. Said it was like just a little thank you for participating in the concert. I assume all the other bands got something like this.
Interesting. It's a strange sort of thing to give as a reward. Normally they just pay you.
I mean, well, it's a charity thing, and we're just like, I don't know, we're really small, so I don't know. I didn't think much of it.
You can always pawn it. Might be better for you than wearing that.
I guess it seems kind of rude, but
Fuck him.
I think Vati comes over too, and she's like, I don't know, the texture of that rock from here looks like it's really gross and it feels awful on your neck. She's like, I wouldn't wear it for that long. It also just doesn't match anything you're wearing. He's trying to ruin your look, I can tell.
Oh, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Now, I just want to point out that there is a move called Convince Someone.
Uh-huh.
And it is on page 68. But it's when you're trying to get someone to do something. So if you're angling for that kind of thing to like really get her to take it off, then we can play it that way. If you're not, if you just want to leave it as just a conversation, it's entirely up to you.
That sounds great. Petal kind of looks at Fatih and gives her a look and says, yes, maybe it really doesn't suit the rest of your look. You've got such a good look going with the band, and it's kind of one of your strong suits. So, well, if you do want to sell it, I know a pretty good pawnbroker. We can if you give it to us, I'm sure we can go see them and maybe get a price.
Yes, Petal has the best connections, like the best connections. Is there a way for me to like help
that is
Alice with this role?
That is this game's bread and butter.
Okay, cool.
So Petal will eventually roll Convince Someone, but we can do this together. So whenever you help out, you get to roll, and this sounds like 2 heads are better than 1.
Yeah.
And so roll plus mental.
Oddly enough, her mental is 0 because I put her points into emotional.
So I really need the help here. My emotional is -1.
Oh no.
Look at the description. It says you can do this. Roll plus emotional to give a stirring speech or lift your friend's spirit.
Oh.
You can make that work. Roll plus emotional.
Yay. I'm just, I don't know, giving shiny anime eyes to Petal. All right. And I got, an 11 with that +1.
Oh. Nice. So is your relationship with Petal competitive or cooperative?
Oh, it is from me to Petal, it's cooperative.
Cooperative. So your target gets +1 to their next roll, and you add 1 to your power pool.
Ooh. Yay.
And Petal, you also have to add 1 to your power pool because somebody helped you out.
Wonderful. Okay.
So no matter what, if you help someone else, that person that you help gets 1 power point. And then you roll to see what other bonuses you get.
Great. I think at the anime eyes from Fatih, Petal kind of blushes and tries to look serious, and then continues trying to persuade. I will roll then.
Yep, go ahead and roll.
Whoops. Okay, that's a terrible roll. How do I get any bonuses from that help?
So you get +1 from the help.
All right. Yes. Well, that would be a 3 and a 2, so a 5, -1 from my emotional, +1, so it's still a 5.
All right, we'll get to the results of that in just a second. Olive and Parker and Harlow, what are you up to while this little conversation's happening?
Harlow is really upset that they're kind of knocking our friend's style and sort of doesn't understand why. So I imagine the others might be trying to explain to them what's going on because they really want to interfere and say like, no, you look great. I don't know what they're talking about. You shouldn't tell that. That's a meaningful gift you were given after a meaningful part of your life. So they're very confused.
Yeah, I think Olive is super confused with them. They're just like, there has to be a reason for this, but I don't know what it is. Do I do something? Do I not?
So I think the two of you are probably like sort of freaking out. So I'm like, I'm just gonna pull you aside for like a second and let the other two do their thing. And it's just no, they're not. No, I swear they're being good. It's not. How do I explain this? I think there's something weird about the stone. I think they realize that there's something weird about the stone, and so we're trying to. I think Petal's just trying to get it off of Hyatt so that way we can look at it. But what do you guys know? Have you guys seen Cal around before? Because there's something weird about him. Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I don't like his face.
He's not very nice, and I don't know him, so I don't want to say anything bad, but
No, I know. And Olive, I feel like you don't like a lot of faces, but
You're not wrong.
It works out great. Like, I love that about you. But also, no, I would agree. And I know, Harlow, I know we don't want to speak bad, especially because he's not here, but I don't know. We might want to figure out something. There's something not on the level about him. And I don't think he's treating Hyatt necessarily very well. So we'll see what happens if they can get this stone, and maybe we need to go see where Harlow has ended up, and not Harlow. Oh my goodness, Cal, where Cal has ended up, and Harlow actually might need some of those baked goods. We might need to bring out the big guns right from the get-go.
I made cupcakes in the band's colors, but then he stormed off, so I couldn't give him any. But we could go get them to him.
We could. I think that might be a really good idea. So let's hopefully Paolo and Vati can. Let's see if they get the stone. We can take a look at it, and maybe we need to go make a personal delivery to Cal. And maybe it includes a punch from Olive. Who knows?
All right.
Cupcakes and punch. It's great.
Olive has eaten a cupcake as well.
I just imagine Olive eating it, and it's like with your fist up, like ready to go. Cupcakes and punch.
All right, let's cut back to Petal, Vati, and Hyatt. And Hyatt kind of touches the stone and says, well, maybe after the concert. I don't want Cal to think, that I don't, appreciate, him looking out for us. And I mean, there's this chance that we could get an in with SE Entertainment. I mean, but well, let's talk after the concert. And she kind of tucks it into her shirt and continues packing up her stuff.
Oh, okay. You did a good job. It's a good concert.
Oh, thanks. I know. That really means a lot. And she tries to give you a big hug.
Just doesn't really hug back, but does let it happen.
Vati comes up and hugs both of you, but then she's like, it's very humid back here. This is incredibly uncomfortable.
No, but before it breaks, Olive comes around and hugs all three. She's like,
oh my God.
Finally.
Petal is just like,
Vati is just making a face like, I've made a huge mistake. This is
It's pretty gross. Yeah. Olive is sweating a little bit.
I'm enjoying this from a safe distance.
Next to Parker is Autumn with also a cupcake.
He did say Adam deserved a treat. So I can't, I looked at, I'm like, I can't even, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to stop this.
Harlow bakes specific Autumn
safe cupcakes.
Yes. 100% they would. little mealworm cupcakes.
Oh my gosh.
Now that is a texture.
All right. So you had mentioned that you want to go after Cal. Is that the plan right now then?
I think so. I think after Hyatt has left and like everybody's sort of first, I think if they've got the stone, or if they've got like, I think just talking about the stone and talking about Cal and like sharing everything from like both perspectives, and then I think trying to go after.
Yeah, Petal will definitely tell everyone about the visions that she had. Her reasoning for trying to get the stone.
That makes way more sense. It looked pretty weird from like 15 feet away. Good to know.
It's pretty weird experiencing it too.
Yeah.
From 0 feet away.
Are you talking about specifically like what's going on, or the hug? Because I think the hug was also a fairly weird experience for you.
The hug was possibly weirder.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Right. So I think we should probably go after Cal then. We're thinking he didn't get to try any of Harlow's famous cupcakes, so what an opportunity.
And where is the concert again going to be?
The concert is next weekend, and it'll be at Memorial Park,
Okay.
which is a big park in your city, and they have like a big band shell there, and there are often festivals there on weekends and other events in the city.
Okay. Olive's gonna also, they're just like, and to maybe make it stick a little more, I'll try and like just be a stickler about what products he's using, his waste, like how he's gonna go about that, make sure nothing's gonna hurt the lawn long term. She's like, I got this. Don't worry. I'll annoy him.
Are we going to poison the cupcakes?
I
With
know, let's
kindness.
Yeah, there we go. We're gonna leave with that first and leave the poison for later.
On the side, Buddy is just like, please stop bringing me the mealworms from your cupcake. And he's just like leaving them in a pile in front of her, and she's just like, oh God, I love you, but please.
Sharing is caring.
Olive pockets them for Vati. Like, I'll feed these to someone else.
Vati's like,
All right.
save them for the cupcakes. Don't tell Harlow.
All right, so shall we cut to the going after Cal?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Are you doing it right now, or like, are you trying to follow him as he leaves the building? Is that what's going on? Just to make sure that my imagination is following.
I mean, the cupcakes got to stay fresh, so I think we got to do this
That's
today.
true. Okay.
Priorities.
You saw Cal walk out the band entrance, which comes out onto an alley on the just off of the main road, and you can hear the cars. It says about late spring, the kind of weather where you might want a jacket in the evening, but it's still starting to warm up. It's comfortable, and you can see him standing by his vehicle just down the road, and he is talking on the phone to somebody.
Olive is gonna take the cupcakes and just hold them and just yell like, "Hey, Cal!"
You get this puzzled look, and you see him mutter something to the phone. Yes?
You busy?
Sorry, just give me a second. Can I help you?
Olive looks over. She wants someone to come with them as they approach Cal.
Parker probably goes along as well, like happily.
Yeah, Olive's just gonna like approach Cal and definitely kind of get in his space with the tray of cupcakes. Sort of like a little bit of light intimidation because it's cupcakes, but like you
Frosting
forgot
coverage
to take one. They're the band's colors. What kind of manager forgets his own band's cupcakes?
And as you know, Harlow's one of the best bakers in the entire school.
We haven't signed anything with the band yet. We're just trying to get things organized for the weekend. But
You don't like a free cupcake?
and he kind of like has this, like he purses this. Thanks for the cupcake. Is there something that you need?
I was like, shit, was there something that we needed?
Find it interesting that you gifted the whole band that really quite pretty stone. It's strange because it's not really, doesn't really go with their look or their vibe or anything. Is there any kind of meaning towards that?
Oh, well, it's, SE Entertainment. Our colors are silver and black, and the stone has a silver sheen to it. We've been giving them out to people who are participating in the benefit. Just a way of us showing our appreciation.
Right. Well, as student council president, I think I'd really appreciate if I could actually just have one, just so we can put it on display, so that way people know what it stands for and what it means. And so if they see anybody wearing it, then they know that they had something to do with the benefit.
All right, why don't you roll convince someone?
Yeah, sure.
And Olive help just sort of lean
course.
into it and just be like, and also, what kind of materials are you using? I just need to make sure, as the leader of the Green Teens, this has to be legit, or there's going to be some problems.
Oh, this is mental, right? Yeah, no, go Olive first, but afterwards I gotta.
Yeah,
Do
so
the
why don't you roll-
cupcakes help? Is that a bonus?
You know what?
Add a +1.
Roll to see if the cupcakes help.
Okay.
So, Harlow, why don't you give us a roll? I'm gonna go with you can do this because it's you're lifting their spirits with cupcakes. So roll plus emotional.
Harlow or me?
Harlow.
Okay,
for
just
the-
wanted to
Going
double check.
cupcakes, then intimidation, then convince. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
It's a 3. So
Oh,
I guess the
dear.
It
cupcakes do
has
not sway him.
mealworms.
So
That one
do
has
you
a
have a
mealworm.
competitive or cooperative relationship with Olive?
I am cooperative with everyone.
Right? Yes, of course. So your actions put you both in danger. You lose one from your power pool, and your relationship is broken. So there is something about the whole interaction with the cupcakes that really rubs all of the wrong way. And so there's so you are in a bit of a, not quite a fight, but when your relationship is broken, you roll -2 on emotional rolls with them and -1 on persona rolls if they are around, because you're thinking about how they mess with you. What is it about this cupcake interaction that's rubbed you the wrong way? Maybe it's just coming to a head from something that happened earlier in the day.
Yeah, I think maybe Olive maybe has just been trying to get Harlow's attention, maybe get closer, hang out a little more. Maybe they asked Harlow to teach them how to bake and it didn't work out. And this is just sort of like nothing's going right. And these cupcakes, she thought they tasted good, but I guess they suck. And Olive is just sort of frustrated now. And is maybe inappropriately blaming it on Harlow.
All right. All of you still get +1 to your power pool
Okay.
because someone tried to help you.
Thanks.
And do we want to do the intimidation bit now?
Yeah.
With Parker. So why don't you roll 2 heads are better than 1. Roll plus mental.
Me?
Parker.
Parker.
Oh, I gotta roll. Okay.
Yeah. So when it's we can do this together, the person who's doing the helping rolls.
Okay.
Okay. I got a 7.
Okay. So all of you get 1 to your power pool no matter what, because you were helped out, so you should have 2. And you got a 7, and you have a competitive relationship. Is that right?
No, the only person I'm competitive with is Petal.
Oh, right. So
Everybody else is cool. They all run like we're all good. Petal though threatening my average. So.
so you give your target +1 to their next roll, but you put yourself in danger. So we'll find out what that danger is after Olive rolls.
Okay.
So you will get an automatic +1, and you now have 2 power points that you can spend on this roll if you want to.
Okay. Am I rolling plus this? Like, what is intimidation?
Plus emotional.
Oh no.
Oh heck.
Whoops. Okay. Oh, all right. So 6 and a 3, 9.
And you get to add 1 because you got help.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So 10.
Okay. So the description for that is, they'll act and react based on how you convince them. They will not do anything that harms them or betrays their boss or nature.
Okay.
So Cal takes this cupcake and kind of looks at you and thinks about what you just said. And you can see the gears turning in his head, and he says, "Fine, here you go," and hands a bracelet to Parker instead, and puts it on your wrist immediately.
Oh heck.
And
Okay.
you immediately can feel this sort of like, you just feel off. Like your mood is a little bit, not worse, just not as pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you're not feeling what you were feeling before, it's just not as present. It's just, you feel like you're in a bit of a funk or a bit of a fog.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to prevent this? There's a thing that I have, which is I've got a bad feeling about this, which says that when something bad is happening, I can possibly prevent it.
Which
It's on
which
page
one is that?
26.
Page 26. Let me just.
I have
It
a
sounds like
backup
you
plan if
can.
nothing else. I have a total backup plan.
My hand can turn into a rock.
I can alter reality, so depending on what the locking mechanism is on this bracelet, I can unlock it.
If you
Magical.
are in a state of mind to think about that.
I mean, hopefully.
You know what?
I don't know how this is going to affect my rolls whatsoever, but
Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this. It sounds like a perfect opportunity to use it.
All right.
So you can roll plus mystical.
Sounds great. 6 and 4 is 10 plus 2 is 12. So it's I've got a bad feeling about this. Reads, you're more attuned to the dark parts of the world. When something bad is happening, roll plus mystical. On a 10 plus, you knew what this was coming and arrived just in time to stop it.
Okay, so tell us about that moment.
I think there's a bit of like a flash forward on Petal's part as she's standing still on the opposite side of the road as she sees her friends talking, and then she flashes forward and sees this bracelet clasp over Parker's hand, and so she runs across the road, and just before it clasps over the hand, reaches out and takes the bracelet and says, "Thanks." Just takes it.
I can't wear it. Thank you, though. I mean, as I said, we wanted to put it on display so that way everybody knew what a wonderful and generous sponsor you were of the benefit. And so we want to make sure that your efforts are recognized.
Parker is behind the scenes, not going to be in full view of people, wouldn't work as a display person.
Parker Parker, you see her
Okay.
face be like, that is kind of, no, you're not wrong, and I can't even argue you.
Right, whatever. Just there you go. And Cal pulls out his phone again and gets in, and he doesn't get into his car. You see him like listen for a moment and then walk down the street. So Parker, you got a flash of those feelings for just a second as the bracelet got close to your wrist, and then those feelings evaporated just as quickly.
I think seeing Cal go off, I like loop both Petal and Olive and head back to Harlow and Vati and just, right, so thank you, Petal. That was really good timing. That thing, don't nobody wear that. That is not a good thing. That is just a lot of bad things.
Just trying to prevent your death or something. Don't take it too personally.
Okay. Parker definitely thinks that Petal thinks that we're both competitive, but does not regret.
Olive wants to know if they can use one of the cupcakes and take the icing and smear it under the handle of Cal's car.
Yes. Yes.
But they're going to ask first.
Normally,
Can I do this?
wouldn't advocate that, but he's very mean.
He's like the meanest person I've met all day.
And also, what is he doing with these stones?
Right?
Felt it when it was almost on me, and it was like, I felt really out of it. I felt very much not myself and not, I don't know, just kind of like I was going into a funk. Kind of how we saw Hyatt being, really.
Why don't we ask Salix?
That's a good idea. After the icing thing, though.
Oh, yeah. Olive just very not stealthily is just like looping things and maybe stuck like 3 mealworms in the frosting too.
Buffy is like holding the tray because she's trying to be like, yes, I'm strong and I'm holding this tray. It's like a very light tray, but it's still kind of heavy for her.
Olive is like, you're like the best tray holder. I know that sounds condescending, but I really mean it.
In the background, Buffy's just like, see that I'm better. She's trying to also like pick up Aram like under her arm so that there's more that she's holding.
Do you need me to hold Aram? You good? You got it?
No, I can do it. I can do it all.
Okay. Okay.
So you said you want to ask Salix about what's going on. Are you heading that way immediately, or are you waiting until later to do that?
What time is it? Like 10 p.m. or something weird for high schoolers to...
What time of day is it?
Well, they were Jetpack Jane was the opening band, so let's say that's like 8-ish.
Perfect.
It's evening, but not super duper late.
Is there a reason for gardeners to be at school at 8?
There's always a reason to be at school at 8, Petal.
It's true. Depending on what club you belong to, there's definitely reasons that you could still be at school after hours.
Oh, for
You would
sure.
know. I've spent lots of nights there.
The environment doesn't sleep, and neither do we. Am I right? All right. Go see
Also,
me.
a lot of the
do
extra
sleep.
classes.
That's what winter is.
Do we need to? Let's just. Yeah. All right. Let's just go. Let's just go. Then. All right.
All right, so you're heading to the school right now, then?
I think so.
Okay. And you have your way in because you have to go and see Salix sometimes because just like the environment, evil doesn't sleep either.
I figure student council president gets me access to certain things that are I've just magically I've magicked a door a couple of times.
As you're walking away from the hideaway, the concert venue, you just hear somebody screaming from just around the corner. It's like, oh, what is that thing?
Olive sprints towards it.
Turning the corner, you see what look like people who were at the concert. They're all wearing a T-shirt that has a jetpack on it, and yeah. But when you look a little bit closer, you notice that their eyes are just a little bit too far apart, and their arms look a little bit longer than they ought to be, and it's just all just a little bit strange. And you see them. There are 5 of them crowded around these 2 people, and they're just getting really close to them. And as they get closer, you can see the 2 people like starting to slow down and kind of go lethargic.
Mm-mm.
And Petal, if you're looking, you would see chords that look very similar to the ones that you saw in your vision from the concert. And you, at this point, know. I mean, you know an echo when you see one.
Well, time to transform.
Transformation. So we had decided that you all have a magical item that you use to transform.
Yes.
So I want to hear these transformations. I've been really excited for this part. I guess all of you arrived first. So do you want to kick us off?
Yes. At that disgusting sight of injustice, Olive takes their mother's compass that they always carry. It's like a little pocket watch sort of thing. And they hold it like right to their chest, and they're like, show me the way. And all they like these tree branches, even though there's nothing there, come up from like underneath them and sort of cocoon them. And you see all these nice green sparkly things coming out of there. And when they disappear, Olive is in a her wrestling uniform that has like a little tree on the tummy. They have these knee-high brown boots and this green moto jacket that's cropped. And yeah, they their name is 0 Hour when they're a magical folk, and they're just like ready, all pumped to defend. Yeah.
All right. Pass it off to the next person.
Harlow.
So Harlow has it's a rolling pin, but obviously they don't carry a full size one. It like they pop it out and it flings out into a full size rolling pin, and they wave it over their head, and just sprinkles erupt, just like rainbow sprinkles start pouring, and they spin around, and they have sprinkly leggings and a very frilly pastel pink apron and a little like chef jacket, and they just say sweet friendship activate, and I think their name is just Sugar when they're transformed, but they're always forgetting that that's a thing because they're just so excited by the magical they transformation that keeping track of everyone's names is a little much on top of that. So everyone's always reminding them, like, no, your name is Sugar right now. I will pass it off to Petal.
Okay. Petal has this big, like leather-bound old book that it's usually always a book. She carries around in like a chain, and she's weird enough that nobody really cares about it. She takes that out. It has like brass endings and like a big skull on the front. She opens it up and it floats in front of her, and the pages swirl, and she says, "Skeletal grimoire, give me command over the tides of death." And then a big brimmed witch hat plops out of it and onto her head, and it has this curtain of beads around the brim, and all of those beads are tiny cartoon skulls. And then down from that, this ray of purple cascades and turns into this witch outfit. and I will move it to Parker.
I love it. So Parker pulls out this pair of just standard sunglasses, actually, kind of like almost Ray-Bans-esque. Throws them and puts them on, saying, "Shadows, let's go." And it goes from being all black sunglasses to like a clear visor around, where you start seeing like mechanical things kind of run across the screen. And the black from the glasses actually erupt into these ribbons of black shadow that very Sailor Moon-esque like wrap around the body, forming boots and leggings and just covering her arms in this like skin tight, just black outfit, and putting on a cowl and a hood. And you see just kind of like this twinge of light from the visor in the final, like as you see her in her final form, as she goes by Shadow Queen. And that goes over to Vati.
Yeah, Vati is she's like been hanging back, and finally Autumn is like tugging at her pants, and she's like, oh, I know, it just feels so weird. I can feel the magic flow through every time, and it just wigs me out, okay? I don't like doing this. And then she's like, okay, and she pulls out a scarf and like a big gold bangle, and she's like, all right, just makes me stronger, and then, like she just tosses them up in the air, and the bangle go like she catches it on her hand, and it goes up her arm, and then the scarf kind of like goes around her, also like Sailor Moon style, like strategically placed. And her top becomes like a crop top, kind of like if you've seen like a sari blouse, it's like that, and the scarf like folds down onto the side and then becomes a hood and then wraps around and hooks onto her pants. And then her pants are just like kind of like skin tight cargo pants-ish kind of thing. The rest of it is very silky, and she's just like in the middle of the transformation just kind of does a shudder, and she's like, oh, I hate this texture, but it makes me stronger. I know it does. And then, oh my gosh.
Okay. All right, so I'm looking at the time. We're almost at that halfway mark. Let's take a break now. We can jump back into dealing with these echoes. So let's take, 10 minutes?
That sounds great.
Sounds
And
good.
so I've got 3:51 Eastern Standard Time. So we'll meet back in 10. Awesome.
See you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Okay. So we left off with your transformations. And yeah, so before you on the street, there are 5 of these concert goers. A couple of them, like as you can now, like through your kind of your magic vision, you can see their true nature. And 2 of them have little jetpacks on their backs, and 2 other ones have just a bag full of records. And another one has just got 2 lanyards with Jetpack Jane written on it, just spinning them around. And one of them looks at you, one of the ones with Jetpack, like, oh, so you think you can stop us? These human emotions belong to us now. They keep on trying to draw human emotion from the 2 people that are on the street. So what do you do?
I think Petal is going to floats her grimoire in front of her and like draws some magic circles in the air and chants like in a weird language, which probably is just normal language, but then reversed. And is going to try and cast a hex on these fools.
Okay. So you have like the hex is its own move, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So what do you roll for Hex?
Mystical.
All right. Why don't you go for it?
Will do. A 5 and a 4 is 9, plus 2 is 11.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, on a 10 plus hold 2. And I can spend it to cause damage or make it so they can't flee or they have to be slowed somehow. I think I'm going to I think there's this purple magical circle that appears under the enemies and like shoots light over them and like goes over in a sheen over their forms, and they are somewhat slowed and are trapped inside this circle so they can't flee.
Okay. So you got to hold 2, right?
Yeah, I just used both, so that's it.
Okay, so who did you hex? There are 2 people with jetpacks. There are 2 people who have records, and another person with a lanyard.
I will go with the lanyard person.
Okay. You can do one more thing.
I guess I'll cause damage to them. It says cause 1 damage.
Okay.
Maybe it forms into like these spikes that try to hurt them.
All right. The spikes reach up and sink into them, and you see them squirm and struggle, and you can see that they are in quite a bit of distress. They don't like being all bound up like this. Seeing this, the 2 people with jetpacks kind of stop looking at these poor innocent people and start bounding around, leaping surprisingly high. They get a little boost from their jetpacks on their back, and they are converging on Harlow.
Can Olive, as a defender and feeling guilty is sad as well, can Olive get like in front of Harlow? Use it. I think it was the protect or.
Absolutely. So for protect,
I have endure, so I can roll physical instead.
Okay.
And do I need to tell you if I want to add a power thing to that, or can it be after I roll, or?
You can do it after you roll.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's fun to spend a resource and then realize that it was useless. So
8. Okay, so I'm not going to use it because I got 2 4s, so plus the 10 total for protect.
yeah. So you get to hold 1.
Okay.
And you can use it to redirect the attack to yourself, have the damage of the attack, put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally a +1 against the attack, or deal damage back to the attacker equal to your physical rating.
Oh, yeah, let's do that one.
What is your physical rating?
+2.
+2. So what does it look like as you jump in the way to defend Harlow?
So the earth kind of like shakes with Olive as they run, and when they like slam on the ground in front of Harlow, like some rocks come up from the earth and sort of just start to float. Their skin sort of turns almost like rocky and like tree barky, and they harden a little bit. It looks pretty cool. And she just sort of like sends just like all these little pebbles and stuff at their face, and it scratches them up, and yeah.
All right. So you get in the way of this attack, and these pebbles come up and just like kind of shred up this person's shirt. The little jetpack falls off. They fall to the ground, and you can see that same kind of shadow, like kind of fizzle and fade around their body. And looking at them, their proportions look back to normal, but they are just unconscious, but are otherwise unharmed. But you know that the echo is gone, and the person who was kind of behind that echo is now back, and they are no worse for wear. But while all this is going on, the two people with records just start tossing those records as hard as they can, and some are coming to Vati, and others are heading towards Parker.
Parker actually is going to immediately upon seeing this, arms outstretched, and you see these kind of like the ribbons of shadows kind of come off of their body and start to then go around and start to deflect a lot of, like, they're going to try to basically stop or subdue the creatures, which whenever I use shadows, if I can use shadows, I get a +1 to my roll. But ideally what I want to do is actually like, I think it's actually going to be my actual intention was to do we can do this together and do supernatural intervention.
Okay, who are you helping?
Vati.
Cool.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So why don't you that sounds like, yeah, supernatural intervention, so roll plus mystical.
Yep. Which is, this is great because I have +2 to mystical, +1 for my shadows, and then also if I roll, we can do this together, and if I do really well, it actually moves things up a tier as opposed to just 1 point.
Ooh.
So I'm like, I everything stacks onto each other.
All the bonuses.
Parker can only do this one thing, guys.
So Vati, you get a PowerPoint no matter what, so you can
Ooh, yay.
mark that down.
And the coolest thing is I rolled 2 6s, so that's like a 50.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Eh.
I can do this one thing really well. That's all.
And remind me of the relationship.
So I think we're good. I think I put us as cooperative. I'm cooperative.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so am I.
So Vati, you'll get +1 to your next roll, and you both get to
Cool.
add 1 to your power pools. So
Well, with well executed machine, which is the tactician thing. What actually happens is, sorry, I'm pulling up the exact text. When you use the "we can do this together" action, you upgrade that hero's result to the next level instead of giving a +1.
oh, right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So whatever your result is, it gets bumped up a level, and you
Ooh.
both
You
get a
can't
PowerPoint.
Oh,
You basically
cool.
can't fail, which is the awesome part.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's awesome. And then I wanted to do it all fits together.
Just a second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll because you chose to protect Vati, you're still going to get hit by some of those records as they
That's fair.
crash against you, and you're going to take 1 point of damage.
That's fair. That's valid. I just really want to do the really cool thing,
No,
and that makes a lot
great.
of sense.
All right, Vati, so you've got this boost from your friend.
Yeah, big boost. Adi's still like, no. She just sees the records smashing into her. They're not even good records.
You're like disgusted by the titles you see on
I know. She's like, what is that? That's not even good music. There's no Spice Girls in there. All right. So I think Vati's going to try to do it all fits together where she experiences deja vu and she's able to do a bunch of things if she rolls well, which hopefully it seems like I should with everything that I got. All right, so I don't get a plus in this, right? It's going to get upgraded from whatever it is. Okay.
Well, you'll still get to add your mystical, and that will help decide where it's the starting level, and then we'll bump it up from there.
Okay, cool. So let's do that. Oh, I rolled a 12 with the +2.
Okay.
That means it gets upgraded to a double full hit, right?
How that works.
You know what? You know what? You can hold. Let's say it says hold 2, hold 3 instead.
Awesome. Okay. So I think definitely I want to cause an accident inflicting 1 damage on a target. Is it possible for me to choose some of these more than once?
You can make 3 choices, and you can double up on them as you please.
Okay, cool. So I'll do that accident for both of them. There are two coming at us.
Yeah, there was one person throwing records at you and another person throwing records at Parker.
Okay,
So
yeah.
what is this accident?
So I think Vati, she has a bunch of like bangles, so she like pulls them off, and because this is like magical, unlike real bangles that are super twisty to try to get off your hands, these just come off like butter, just like moving through butter. And then she throws them like discs at the at the two people, and she's just like, become better at music. Not even like get better bands. She's just like, just at music in general, you're bad at it.
Okay. So you're going to do, you said you want to do damage to both of them?
Yeah, so those are two of my holds. And then let's see. Maybe the target loses something important and you know where it is. So maybe they have something that we can use against Cal or something.
Yeah. You see, as one of them slips and falls and hits the ground, you see something kind of, you see their cell phone bounce out of their jacket and just clatter across the ground. And it's gone into a bush. They haven't seen where it went, but you have.
Nice. I think I send Aram to go grab it. She's like, go get that cell phone.
Right.
Just like I taught you.
Aram is off. So the last person with the jetpack is now quite angry with Olive and is going to try and pummel them. Meanwhile, the person with the lanyard is swinging it around and sees Petal with that grimoire open and is going to try and loop this absurdly long lanyard around Petal's legs and just bring her to the ground. So, Harlow, you see this. What are you going to do about it?
I want to defend.
Who are you defending?
Oh no! Stand close together. I think Olive, because Olive, they just defended me, and also I'm really upset about our broken friendship.
No,
we're gonna fix this.
I have. Okay, so to defend, cat.
So yeah, this is just a person trying to punch Olive.
I want to throw some sugar in their eyes.
Perfect. Okay, you're going to roll plus persona.
And I'm.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I also use my otherworldly defender? That gives me a +1 hold.
Ooh.
Even on a 6 or less.
Yes, of course. But you are going to get -1 to the roll, like because it's a persona roll, and you and Olive are still feeling kind of. There's still some tense feelings.
Yeah. Oh no.
What's your persona?
I think it's nothing. So.
Yeah, so you're going to take a -1.
Okay, so I rolled 10 -1, 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I.
And what was your move again?
Otherworldly defender. When you take the protect someone, you get +1 hold, even for a 6 or less.
Okay, so you're going to get a +1 hold because you got 7 to 9.
Okay. So
and yes.
I can hold 2 then?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I put the attacker in a bad position with said sugar in the in the eyes? It's kind of uncomfortable and sticky.
Yeah. So right now they'll still be able to attack, but they will be temporarily blinded immediately after. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yes. That doesn't help because I have no physical strength. I would like to also have the damage of the attack.
Okay, so Olive, you're going to take just 1 damage.
Okay.
And what do you say as you throw this sugar in this person's eyes? I'm Harlow.
Taste this.
Yes.
Yeah, and so just as this fist goes out and a couple like catch Olive, the sugar gets in their eyes and they just kind of like scream. They're trying to get it out, but they are temporarily unable to see. Petal, there is someone trying to wrap up your legs with a lanyard.
Yes.
So what would you like to do?
Well, that's no way to defend myself, is there?
Other people can help out, though.
Yeah. Unless I can use I've got a bad feeling about this to see this before it happens.
It just says whenever something bad is about to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. I suppose this is something bad.
I feel like getting tied up and knocked over by an enemy would be a bad thing, so
Yes.
seems reasonable to me.
All right, I'll try that. I rolled 2 6s. So with
Yes.
+2, that's 14. So I knew this was coming and arrived just in time to stop it. Can I just sidestep the lanyards?
Yeah. They're
Just like I zoom out and Thorn, now in her superhero name, just steps to the side, steps back once the lanyards are gone.
perfect. These folk are looking rather upset right now, and you can see the person with the jetpack takes a big leap into the air, and it seems like they're going to come down, and they're going to come down hard, and they're going to come. Looks like they're going to land really, really close to Parker.
Would I be able to defend Parker there?
Yeah.
I would like that. I think Petal will move forward and in front of Parker and hold out the grimoire, and a bunch of these pages like rip out and try and form a shield from the pages.
All right. So are you thinking this as like we can do this together, or are you just trying to use the protect someone?
I'm trying
action?
to use the protect someone.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus persona.
Will do.
Save me.
6 + 2 is 8, plus 1 persona is 9.
So you can hold 1, redirect the attack to yourself, have the damage, put the attacker in a bad position.
I will redirect the attack to myself.
You know what? I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This person has sugar in their eyes, so you should get a +1 on that anyway.
Oh, so it's a 10.
Yes.
So it's actually a 10, so you can hold 2.
In that case, I'd like to redirect the attack to myself and also half the damage.
So how do you redirect the attack with these pages?
I think I just like it first it forms a shield, and then when they get closer, the shield kind of like shapes itself to like cut off all of the paths going to Parker and leave only the paths leading to me.
Yeah, so this person comes down and they don't hit you as hard as you expected they would. You're able to kind of get out of the way because of the angle of the pages, and so you're going to take just 1 damage.
Okay.
Now we haven't heard from Olive in a little while. What's Olive doing while this is going on?
Are the only people left?
So there's 1 person with a jetpack, the 2 people with records, and the person with the lanyard. But they're all in kind of rough shape.
Okay. Whoever is looking the least rough, Olive is going to use her connection to Earth to make their hand into just this maul rock knife. It's awesome. And it's just like roughly serrated, and they're just going to rush up and boom, just right in the face.
That would be the jetpack person with. So just that sounds like a clash roll.
Okay. Alrighty.
So you're gonna roll plus physical.
2 6s. Amazing. So like 14.
So you can choose an enhanced effect. So all the magical heroes get +1 forward. You suffer no damage. You inflict double damage, or you force the enemy to flee.
Oh, okay, cool. How about I take no damage?
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah.
So describe this hit. Is it just like one big hit, or is it a series of smaller hits?
It's one giant, hear it from like a mile away, crunch, crack. It's pretty gross. Vati does not like it.
She's just shivering.
You see this echo get just smashed back into the echoverse, and the person that was kind of standing there just looking around really, really confused, and then they kind of squat down because they know something's wrong, but they're not sure what. The two people with the records and the person with the lanyard are kind of looking at each other like they're not really sure about this, and they are definitely considering maybe making a run for it. But the lanyard person noticed Autumn running into the bushes, and they're going to try and lasso Arum.
No. Oh, I want to defend Arum.
Yeah.
Everyone comes together to defend.
Yeah. I also want to try to, I guess, do a roll for Autumn with the the assistant role. Well, sure, why not? She gives him the simple task of getting out of the way.
Yeah.
All right.
Give that a roll. Is anyone else helping out?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
If possible.
So,
yeah. Everybody's like, no, we all want to save our.
So someone tell me what you're doing to help out.
Can I pep talk him?
Yeah, of course you can.
That's so cute.
And say that if he runs as fast as possible, he's going to have as many meal words as he wants.
Okay, well, why don't you do we can do this together, roll plus emotional.
Do this together. Five. I know it stinks.
Oh, you're gonna have another broken relationship.
Oh no!
Oh no! With the dragon.
We're retitling this to Harlow's No Good, Very Bad Day.
Oh my gosh!
A series of unfortunate events right now.
Oh
Yes.
goodness!
You
This is
used
so
some bad meal
terrible.
worms.
I know. Autumn is like, look, I'm stuffed. I really couldn't have any more.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, Arum is just.
Leave me alone.
He doesn't feel the energy from your pep talk. All right, Vati, would you like to roll on for your
Yeah.
assistance?
Let's go.
Can I help Arum too?
You're gonna say if we're still able to help Arum.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's all about we can do this together.
I would
Good.
love to help Arum. I think I'm going to cast a spell on Arum to
Ooh.
enhance their legs.
Well, that sounds like a mystical intervention.
Yes. 6 and 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9.
Okay, so you have a competitive relationship.
Yes.
So, Vati, you
I am
get
competing with the dragon.
So Arum will get a +1 forward, but you get a -1 forward on your next persona roll because you're being shown up by a little lizard. All right, so Vati, you'll get a +1 on your roll,
Yeah.
and also Vati, you would have just got 2 power points because
Ooh,
2 people tried to
dang.
help you out.
So many PowerPoints. All right. Yeah, and then I rolled a 10, so that's an 11 with that +1. So he handily does the task of moving out of the way.
Arum is safe and sound and continuing on him?
Yes.
On his way to get that cell phone. The people with the records they are really realizing that they are outmatched and they are going to make a run for it. And the person with the lantern is like, wait, as they try to run, but they just kind of trip over themselves because they are hexed and can't get away.
Olive
What would
sits
you like
on
to
them
do?
to make sure they can't move.
Yeah.
Oh my
And there's, like-
gosh, yes.
There's these like shadowy tendrils that kind of like help with that too. So you're like using them as a couch, and then these like shadows come up and just kind of like cover over their legs.
Yeah, Olive is really just sitting on someone there. The shadows totally have it, but Olive's like, whew, break them.
We're trying to
This
make it more
person is
comfortable.
being restrained in 3 different ways. They're-
I think the shadows are just going to try to make it comfortable, so they might create like an armrest for you, actually.
Olive just stretches out along this entire person's body.
Autumn jumps into your lap with the cell phone and is just like making himself at home.
Oh, this is like the best day.
So are you going to let the other 2 run away, or
Oh.
Whoops.
well, the person with the the lanyard person is like they are like you've got control of that situation, but the other 2 are running away.
Ooh,
Mm.
nicely.
Can we try and convince them to talk to us? Is that a thing? I would like to convince them. I'm having a really bad day though. So.
Well, you can use convince someone.
Can I help with that?
Absolutely.
To help Harlow be more convincing.
Who are you talking to? The 2 that are running?
Yes.
Okay. So, Vati, why don't you roll? We can do this together.
Okay.
And roll plus, I think, emotional.
Yeah, the you can do this makes sense. I think Vati is just like, hey, my friend's trying to talk to you. Listen to what she has to say. So plus emotional, I forget what that stat. Okay. So that is a 10. Woohoo. Really needed that one.
And you have a cooperative relationship, correct?
Yes.
So your target gains +1 to the next roll. So Harlow, you'll have +1.
Okay.
And Vati, you get to add 1 to your power pool as well. Harlow, you get 1 automatically just because Vati helped you out.
He has so much power right now. Overflowing with power.
Don't forget, you can also spend that to you can spend 2 power points to roll 3d6, taking the highest 2, and you can spend 1 point to just get a +1 on your roll.
Or we could save it to do that final showdown thing.
Yes, you can also do that.
Ooh.
All right.
I think I'm trying to appeal to them emotionally. Like, we don't think you're bad. We think that something's going wrong and we want to help you. And we promise if you just stay and talk to us, we won't hurt you. We just want to keep everyone safe.
Hey, give it a roll.
What am I rolling?
You're gonna roll plus emotional.
Emotional?
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
this. You got
Yeah.
this.
You believe.
And I get a +1 to that as well?
Yep.
Ooh.
We're getting you new dice.
9! 9!
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Yes.
You scared me.
The first one was a 1, so it was scary.
Okay. They'll do it, but only if you give or promise them something equal in return. And they're not going to do anything to completely betray their bosses. So what can you offer them to show that you are genuine in your offer?
Ooh.
We got cupcakes.
Do we have cupcakes left? Maybe.
We know the band.
I assume you always have cupcakes. I thought that's just how it works.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
We do know the band that they're a fan of. We can promise them
That's
like
true.
a meet and greet.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Okay. The one looks at the muffin, or the cupcake, and say, "Does it smell?" Okay. What do you propose?
I just want to know what's going on and why you were doing this.
You don't know? We are here to take emotions from humans. They're so rich and vitalizing.
What do you need them for?
Weirdo.
Our boss needs it, and it just following orders. Everyone was so, that concert generated a fair bit of emotion, and so there was a chance for me to come here and get a little bit and take it back. It's just work.
But can't you get emotions with people being happy? Happiness is an emotion.
Well, yeah, that's why we went to the concert. People were enjoying themselves, and we took it.
But
Who are
then
you
you would-
bringing your emotions back to?
You can see that something is kind of tugging at this echo. Like you can see some of the shadow getting pulled away. Just we're bringing it back to my boss. You can tell you don't have much more time before something happens to this echo. You probably have time for one more question.
When you take someone's emotion, can they ever feel it again?
I mean, not really unless you get it back. But, you don't really like for that to happen. And you see just like the echo get yanked away. And they were not able to escape with the emotion. So the person that's just standing there is kind of looking around and like a bit of a daze, like, what just happened? Who are you people? And why are you dressed like that?
There's a convention.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
I'm a witch.
But-
It's a witch convention.
These are not the droids you were looking for.
Right.
But they just takes a cupcake and shoves it in their mouth. Just here.
Have a good
they
day.
take it. Not even, they're just so dazed that they just kind of take it and absentmindedly eat it and walk over to their friend. Like they pick him up. Like after an echo gets banished back to the Echoverse, the person will be back to normal in a day or two. They've just had a rough go of it for a little while because it's magical girls and no one can really die.
Good.
And yeah, so the all the echoes got banished. It seems that they were drawn back by some force, and you just have regular people. So maybe you're sitting on them still. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's super weird. Olive is not. She's just like feeding Arama like cupcakes and not even paying attention.
Why are you sitting on me?
Oh my god. I don't know. You asked me. This is weird. I'm gonna go.
The person on the ground, who are they? Like, what do they look like?
They've just got like this big curly black hair, and there's a white streak starting to form in it. And they've got this band shirt that they've got on is clearly a couple sizes too big, but that is also clearly how they like it.
Yeah, Petal will, Thorn, I guess, will walk up to where this person is still lying on the ground and kind of like crouch next to them, like bend over them and say, "Hey, ground person, how'd you get here?"
I don't know. I went to the concert and I don't know. The first
like
band
it?
came on. Yeah, it was really, really good. But I don't know.
Got any feedback?
Yeah, they really got. I don't know. The music was good, and I was enjoying it. I think, and then I don't know. Everything just gets a little bit hazy.
Okay. Enjoy the ground.
Yeah.
Walks back away.
We should probably. Yeah.
Do you want to continue heading to Salix?
Yeah, it seems like a good idea, I think.
I think that's our next step.
Yeah. So I'm just keeping an eye on the time, so we might fast forward a little, like just keep things moving along pretty quick in this scene. So yeah, how do you get into the school?
I feel like the Parker having made a door somewhere that nobody else knows exists is a pretty good idea.
So yeah,
mentioned earlier.
I've probably found like a couple of entranceways that nobody else really is aware of. And anytime that it's been accidentally locked, I have an ability as the gifted that's called I wish. That means I can open or shut a door or window that is I can unlock a simple mechanical lock, and it wouldn't have been anything complicated by the school that they would have put in place. So I've probably every so often just happens to open up.
Perfect. Inside the school, tell me again what the area around Salix looked like.
I think it was like a formerly abandoned room that the Green Initiative took over. So there's probably a lot of plants, and maybe we've replaced the ceiling with like a greenhouse roof or something.
Cool. So yeah, Salix, you can see a face appear on the bark as you walk in. It says, "Oh, so nice if you just stop by. It's a little bit late, isn't it?"
We wouldn't have come if it wasn't important, and we're sorry to wake you up.
Oh,
The echoes don't sleep.
Oh, I'm a tree. Neither do I, except
Told
during
you.
winter.
Oh crap!
Fortunately, it's not
their
winter.
words.
We kind of need you to check out this thing. Petal, do you still have the bracelet?
Sure I do. Pulls it out of a pocket in her cloak.
We found
All
this stone being distributed to a bunch of people, and we think it might be messing with them in some way.
A series of these like wispy willow branches like reaches out and curls around the stone and pulls it back. Parker, would you just roll 2d6 to find out how much Salix can help you out?
Cool.
Can we help somehow?
Yeah.
No, this is just a luck roll.
Okay.
That's 8.
Not bad.
Okay.
Seems good.
That dice
Okay, look at it and
great
think.
for me today.
I've seen something like this before. It's a way for those in in the Echoverse to channel emotion more efficiently. I'm not sure how to stop it or what to do with it, but certainly if you see someone with it, they will be acting like a courier service.
Like a
But
conduit?
yeah, express post. They definitely have, the emotional Amazon Prime.
It seems about as evil as that is.
I certainly agree. So you all will get a +1 on your next roll, having to do with the stones.
So what do we do about them?
Well, if you can find whoever made them, you should be able to stop their it's their flow of energy. And if you can break that link with the person who made it, then it should render them just regular stones.
It's probably Cal. Do we think it's Cal? It's probably Cal.
It's definitely Cal.
I'm inclined to
Yes.
agree.
I don't know any Cal, but you all seem very confident. I believe in you.
We're gonna kick Cal's ass.
Yeah, more or less.
Aram's in the background going like this.
All right. So you have about 1 week to prepare your plan. So what I want to say is, all of you, tell me one thing that you are doing over the course of this week, and we will roll as appropriate to see if there are any bonuses related to it. We're going to treat it like that. It's a montage. That's what it is.
Right.
Olive wants to. Is this like the time the rest and relaxation to try to fix things up with Harlow?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's what Olive's gonna do. Try anyway.
Can we bake for lizard treats so that we can also repair that relationship?
Can we just do like
all the repairs? Adam will also do a roll to fix his relationship.
So you can take that time and repair that relationship. And I'm not going to ask you to roll for it because we're running to the end of our time, and I think it's just I want you guys to be in peak condition.
Excellent.
So you spend some time baking together, and you're able to patch things up, the three of you.
I want that montage.
That's beautiful.
Okay. Vati, what are you doing?
I think I don't know what role this was. I tried to look through, but I guess she's like investigating that cell phone that she got to see if there's any useful information, like maybe some way to get into Cal's private areas, like office or something, or some evidence that he has on there.
That sounds like Glimpse the Truth. So you can roll plus mental.
Gotcha. That is a 7.
Okay, so you can ask one of the questions from the list. Do you have the list in front of you?
Yes, I do. Let's see. Maybe what new and useful information can I gather?
Okay, so you go through the cell phone, and there's like an old text message it's the only one that's to an unknown number, and it's just a series of messages saying like, once the concert begins, you'll be able to gather much, much more. I have primed the bands so that their music should be particularly effective. And there's a response like, great, so we can feast and feed the egg, right? Oh, yes, of course. Just be ready when the concert begins. So you get a +1 forward when you act on that information. And Parker, what are you up to?
I think over the course of the week, Parker would have tried to use whatever, council president, a bit like sneaking around, would have been trying to actually like find out more information on Cal, or specifically anything like about where his office might be, like where he could be found, especially leading up to the concert, and getting that kind of information. So it might be like talking to teachers who know about the benefit, or like trying to be stealthy, sneaky fellow.
Yeah, then that I would say is also glimpse the truth, because you're able to kind of take your time with it and do it as necessary.
What kind of role is that?
That is plus mental.
That's an 8.
Okay, so you can ask one of those questions from the list as well.
What page is that list on?
62.
Thank you. Scroll down real fast. Oh, I scrolled too far. There we go. Okay. So I think with this, it's going to be with respect to Cal, what new and useful information can I gather?
Okay, so you were looking for like Cal's location.
Yeah.
He has an office at SE Entertainment headquarters, which is in the entertainment district.
Okay.
They're a big entertainment company with their fingers in just a lot of different things.
Cool.
And he has an office there. You know that he will also have a space at the concert that will be just for like the organizers. So it's backstage access,
green room sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Cool.
Okay, and Petal, I think you're the only person who hasn't decided what they're doing.
I think Petal would like to, if she knows where the actual stage is for the concert, she'd like to go there during that week and maybe like try to draw with some invisible ink or something, like a circle to like prepare a big spell for when it's about to happen.
I love that. And I have no idea what role that would be.
I was thinking.
I don't think the challenge is in the role itself. I think when you spring it, it will tell us what we need to do. But it's easy for you to sneak in and get this done.
Okay.
So we'll say that like you've drawn on some of your hex circles.
Yes.
And we'll say whenever you spring that trap because you took the time to prepare, take +1 on that roll.
All right, great.
Okay. So how do you want to go about this then? Are you waiting for the concert or are you trying to do something before the concert?
I think Vati would have told everyone that like something at the concert, like the information that she got on the cell phone, that there's something going on that's going to happen like during the concert. So maybe if we want to stop that feasting from happening, to maybe break the connection beforehand.
In which case Parker shares, I know where he is.
Where are you when you're having this conversation? Are you in the Green Initiative room? Is that like basically your hideout?
I think so.
That makes sense.
That's awesome. I love the idea that Parker's in like glasses and like a hood, and she's like in her stealth gear.
Yes.
And she's still wearing it, even though
it's 100%.
Petal is in her thorn outfit there and is like browsing through her grimoire being all witchy and says, if we fail and the concert goes through, I have prepared something that might prevent it.
What is it?
Oh, I was planning to make the musicians drop the stones.
Nice. That'll work.
I thought that would be helpful. It's not really mystical when you make me explain.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to, do anything to. And she just shoves Doritos in their mouth.
Do we want to jump ahead to the day of the concert then?
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, the day of the concert comes, and the concert's happening during the day. They've turned it into a whole event. So the park usually, like, you'll see lots of people sitting on the grass and playing, and you'll see people on the tennis courts. But on this day, there's just a real sense of electricity in the air. People are really excited. They've got a model of the plans for the community garden set up, and little information about what's going to happen and where the money's going to go. And they have some food stalls set up, and so people are eating and relaxing. And there's an area where kids are getting their face painted, and it's just like a big fun time. And around the bandshell, people are starting to fill in, getting ready for the performances to begin, which is going to start soon. So you have time to do a couple things before things really get rolling. Hyatt is already backstage with Jetpack Jane.
I want to see if I can send Autumn out to like scope out and kind of stand guard, I guess, of wherever Cal's room is, so that he can let me know when it's in the clear.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll the assistance roll. Is that it?
Yeah. And then do I get a +1 to this? Because I guess it's sort of to the beginning of the concert thing.
Well, Parker had found information about where Cal was, so I feel like you can you should be able to benefit from that.
Okay, cool. I completely forgot what this uses. It uses the mystical. Okay. Oh, wow. That was such a terrible roll, but thank goodness I had the 3+. It's a 7 now.
Okay. So he does it, but you're in a tight spot. Is that it?
Yeah. Either a hard choice or an extra cost.
Okay. Arum is going to be able to do it, but either the message back of when it's clear is going to come a little bit more slowly, a little bit, and you're going to be really pressed for time, or Arum is going to be noticed.
I'll do the pressed for time. Our boy has been through enough.
All right. So, yeah, the message back of when it's free is going to come later than would be comfortable. But yeah, you can see they're starting to do the sound check on stage. Things are getting ready to go. And finally, someone comes out and says, and gives the general, "Oh, we're about to get our concert started. Thank you everyone for coming. All of the proceeds from this event are going to this community garden, and we really thank everyone for purchasing tickets, and we really hope you enjoy the show." And they kind of wander off, and the lights dim, and you can see Jetpack Jane taking the stage. Is there anything you'd like to do at this moment?
I think Vati is like waiting on Autumn, and so she's trying to maybe gather a few people to go to the office once she gets the signal.
I think Thorn there's like a shot of from a bit away of a tree on the outskirts of where the concert is going, and Thorn is in like with the big wizard hat and the flowing robes, is standing like in one of the top branches of the trees with her grimoire floating in front of her, being all secrety and watching it from afar.
Oh yeah,
and ready to cast the spell.
Are you all transformed right now, or are some of you transformed? What?
Yeah, I don't think Olive is transformed. I think for a moment they got swept up in the beauty of the community garden and they were just like, woo, yeah.
I think Parker definitely transformed just because then going into like, all right, stealth mode, let's do this.
Yeah, I think Vati transforms right as she gets the signal. And then also, if we have like a split screen, if this was a movie or something or a show, because someone in chat mentioned it, Autumn also gets a transformation. So he gets like a little like scarf that goes around him and then like goes over as like a hood, and he is also in stealth mode.
I love that.
I love it. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. Olive will walk away and transform once they realize they're the only one. Oh, okay.
And Harlow, are you transformed or are you in?
Most definitely. If only to be festive for the large concert.
So yeah, the lights dim, and you hear this one guitar chord ringing out, and you know that is the start of Jetpack Jane's newest song. And the lights come up, and there they are, and they are playing with more energy, more verve than you've ever seen them play before. And the crowd is about to cheer, but instead they all kind of go a little bit vacant as they just kind of stare up to the stage, and you start seeing those chords appearing and going into the different stones that are being worn by Jetpack Jane.
Can I trigger the spell now? It seems like
Yeah.
a good idea, a good time to trigger the spell. All right. I think Thorn is going to use Hex again and see if she can cause the musicians to drop their stones.
All right. Why don't you roll Hex? As this is happening, Cal has left the room to go check on something, and I think Autumn got a little like distracted by a fly or something like that, and was like on the prowl for it.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
And so Cal is leaving the room right now. You still have time to get there, but it will be tricky.
Okay. But the signals, and because the way it happens in the personal minion thing is that I can see through their eyes and ears. So I've just been like, why is he just looking at this really gross fly? She's like, this is the worst thing that could happen. And then finally he shifts back and she's like, oh, now, actually a while ago, but now is the best time, I guess.
So who is running to intercept Cal then?
Olive.
Yeah, Vati is going to.
Vati and Olive?
I would like to.
Olive running just a little faster than.
Yeah, Vati's like trying to keep up, but she's like, like huffing and puffing every once in a while. And she's like, I'm going to be there in just a sec. I just
take your time. Go at your own speed.
And and Harlow, you're going there as well?
Yeah, but not running.
And Parker, what is your plan right now?
I think actually while everybody else is after Cal, Parker's actually going to sneak into the office to see if there's any like mechanism to disrupt or anything to stop things.
Oh, okay. And Petal, let's resolve that roll.
Yes, I got a 6 and a 4, so 10 plus mystical is 12.
Okay, and what is the effects on Hex again?
On a 12 plus hold 3, and I can, one of the options is the target is forced to drop an item that it's holding. So I'd like to pick that 3 times.
Okay. Well, there's Hyatt on guitar. There's Tall Keith, who is lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
Bean on the bass, and Yue on drums. Who's going to drop their stone?
Definitely Hyatt. And the drummer and the bassist.
Okay. What does the hex look like?
On the different places around the stage where these like invisible runes were drawn, those start like glowing and then projecting outward and flowing outward towards these people, and then just like sort of rotating around them, and then the various different accessories that these stones are on just kind of float off them and unbuckle and vanish.
You see immediately there's a change in the behavior of Hyatt, Yue, the drummer, and Bean, the bassist. And you expect to see, I won't say what you expect to see, but there is initially what looks kind of like a, and then you see their eyes narrow, and you see the same kind of uncanny features on their body, and you know for certain that there is an echo controlling all three of them. And seeing your friend Hyatt in such a state is very difficult, to say the least. So I'd like you to roll keep your wits about you.
Okay.
Because seeing a friend under the control of an echo is...
Yes. Let's see. Keep your wits about you. That is plus persona.
Yes.
Let's see. 4 and 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8.
Okay. So in seeing this, you really don't want to hurt Hyatt. And even though you know that if you can banish an echo, the person will be fine, taking any action against them is going to be very, very difficult. And I will probably ask you to either like keep your wits about you if you try to act directly against Hyatt, or thwart peril possibly.
Okay.
All right, flashing back. So on stage, the music has well, there's still, you can hear the singing. You can hear lots of singing, but the drums and the bass and the guitar have dropped out. Let's see what Cal is up to. So Cal is walking just out of their room, and they run into the three of you, Vati and Olive and Harlow. Should have expected.
Olive punches him in the face.
Amazing.
They use their rock maul to create like some nice rock knuckles, and just do like this sick uppercut. And since the quarterback, or I don't know if it's the quarterback, but right when I act first in an encounter, I get a +1 on my action. So yeah, Olive's gonna just not let him finish or start his monologue. 10. That's an 11.
Okay. You get to choose one of the following effects. Do you have the Clash page open?
Clash?
Page 59. So,
okay. We're getting there.
So you gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another magical hero. You inflict extra damage, +1 harm. You suffer less damage, -1 harm. Or you force them where you want them. You force them to drop something they are holding.
He's not. Is he holding anything that I could see?
Nothing of
No?
note.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna force them where I want them. If it's possible to just sort of like make him stay right there. Like maybe some earth can grow around his legs so he can't run away.
Perfect. You do that. Getting in close, though, he still manages to. Well, you see those shadows appear around his hands, and he just shoots this beam of just like straight negative energy at you, and hits you, and it's gonna do 3 damage.
Okay. No problem. Olive is a little bit of a beefcake.
Vati and Harlow, you're in the area as well. Also, I know this seems like a Harlow kind of thing, but you can touch their heart.
Yes.
It's all about winning them over, fighting them with friendship.
At the same time, can Vati do her new move that she picked up?
Oh yeah.
This is also narratively the reason why Autumn got their own costume. So I picked up the move Swarm of Flies, but it just says Swarm of Bugs, so it's going to be like bees or something. And I think Autumn and Vati both like Autumn like just opens up his mouth and like his frills come out and he just like spits out like bees. And then Vati is like, why do I keep getting these kind of powers? and just like bees like spawn from her hands or something. To just like sting him a bunch. But
okay.
Vati is so disturbed.
Is there a role associated with that move?
Yeah, it's another plus mystical.
All right, why don't you do that? While you're doing that, Parker, what are you doing?
So I was going into the like trying to get into his office to see if there's anything there to hopefully like stop the overall, I don't know, see if there's like a mechanism that's causing everything. Can I break it?
Yes, but I'm gonna ask you to be vigilant first.
Okay. What do I do for
that? Roll plus mental.
That's fine.
And I rolled my Swarm of Flies, and it was a terrible roll. It is a 6 with my +2.
Oh dear.
Jeez.
Yeah, these
bees are just everywhere.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. They're everywhere. They're getting in everybody's way, and they are not in the best mood.
But these just like, this is why they shouldn't give me these powers. I can't control it.
Oh my goodness, Vati has regrets. I rolled a 6, unfortunately, on my vigilance.
What you don't see, or what? Tell me, what don't you see when you're sneaking through this office?
It's a great question. Maybe there's somebody that was actually left behind there that's like hiding because they heard me try to like get into the like through the door or something like that.
Yeah. There's another echo there, and it is it sees where you're going, and it grabs this silver egg that is sitting on a little stand and dashes out of the room before you can get to it. And it's quite clear that this thing is of some importance.
Do I at least see them like leaving the room, or do I miss that part of?
You see them leaving the room. You saw that they grabbed something and they have dashed out of the room.
Because then I'm gonna start going after them and see if I can't get shadows to come up and start to basically trip them up.
All right, Harlow, what are you doing in this hallway full of bees? And
I was
Petal will be
going
coming to you soon.
to try the touching of the hearts amidst the bees.
Vati's like, I'm so sorry.
This is the perfect environment to touch someone's heart.
I think they like the bees though. Like bees are good. They pollinate flowers and make honey, so that's fine.
She's just like softly, gently moving them aside.
Yeah. So this is to try and talk to Cal?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
What do you say to Cal as he's there starting to shoot off negative energy at people?
Mr. Cal, I know you need our energy and our human emotions, but this is wrong and this is not the way to do it. You're not going to have any energy if you keep draining us and depleting us like this. People need to feel emotions regularly, and you're just leaving them sad and depleted. You're not going to have any energy at the end of that.
We don't need energy forever. We just need energy enough to hatch the egg. Once the egg is hatched, all will be fine. And you keep getting in our way.
What is the egg and why is it so important to you?
The egg is what it is. Our mother and our father, our caregiver, the one who thought of us and dreamt us up and put us into the world, and without us they will never live properly again.
Can't you just take the energy and leave then?
I mean, that is kind of the plan. We just need a lot of it.
What if you had just asked? Olive asked. Like slapping him lightly against the face.
I think now's a good time to roll touch their heart, but Olive, do you want to roll? We can do this together.
Yeah.
Roll. Petal, what are you doing? So you've seen Hyatt has an echo.
Yes. I think there's a lot of people like watching the show at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do they seem?
They all seem like very lethargic, and you can see those same chords that you saw in your vision reaching out. They're like all of emotion that they would be feeling in this like happy, exciting environment is just being drained.
Yes. Okay. So I think Thorna kind of assumes that considering their state, they're not really going to mind a magical girl fight going on stage. So I think she jumps off the tree and jumps across and lands on the stage and holds out her grimoire and says, "Leave my friend alone. Don't just leave her body." And she's going to throw the grimoire on the ground and hold out her hands and chant in the backwards way again and summon a skeletal gremlin out of it.
All right, I'm going to ask you to keep your wits about you, but the result of this will decide what happens with your little skeletal buddy.
All right.
Olive and Harlow, what did you get on your roll?
I got 11. I don't know if I had anything plus that or
to add it sounded like emotional as like you're being that emotional backup.
Just a straight 11.
Okay. You have a competitive relationship?
No, co-op.
No, cooperative? Then Harlow, you will get a +1 on your next roll, and all of you get a +1 to your power pool. I'm just looking at the time. We're going to try and wrap this up real quick.
Then I got a 13.
Oh, okay.
If I include that +1, then it's a 13.
Okay. You can see like there's more discussion going on, and Cal's just, I just wanted to help somebody I cared about. I didn't think about the people I was hurting.
You're hurting our friends.
But how can I help the person I care about?
Is there a way we can give you energy without you turning us into mindless zombies?
Maybe?
Well, we've got a 4-day weekend, so, let's just try some stuff out.
We can workshop it.
Let's have a dialogue.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. And Cal hands you their business card.
Amazing.
And
Cal,
recycle
emotion
paper.
thief.
And Harlow, you get to make a relationship of your choice with Cal, either cooperative or competitive.
Obviously, cooperative.
Yeah, you have that now. Let's jump back to Petal real fast, and then we're going to look at what Parker's doing, and then we'll probably call it there.
Okay, I got a 10 total on Keep Your Wits About You.
Okay, that is perfect. So how does this thing get the echo out of Hyatt?
I think it doesn't even really touch the echo. It just kind of crawls out of the grimoire and then just skeletally with creaking noises whenever the joint moves, crawls towards it, and the echo just kind of starts backing away in fear, and eventually just fades out of the body.
And Hyatt is there and just trying to keep her composure. And can Hyatt see Petal's face?
I think probably yes.
What? Petal? What's going on here?
Nothing, I'm not Petal. Runs away.
Okay, let's jump over to Parker, and there is this this thing that was taken.
Yeah, so I've been running after them to trying to pull shadows in to see if I can't slow them down.
You know what? Just tell us what happens. How do you get this thing?
So calling up to the shadows as I'm running, they kind of do that thing where they dash on ahead of me, the shadows from beneath me, like my own shadow, connecting with their shadow and merging up and grabbing them by the legs, thereby tripping them. And then the egg kind of does that weird bounce, shadow catches it and does a wave back over towards me to give it to me.
You can tell that all the emotion that's being collected is eventually going through this thing. Mm-hmm. You can feel just the whole range of human emotions kind of on the peripheries of your senses. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do with this thing?
Well, I'm going to assume that if I break it, in theory, it'll just release everything. So I'm going to kind of, as I hold it in one hand, I hold it in my left hand. Yeah, I know my lefts and my rights. You see kind of the shadows pull up and into the right hand. And what I chose for my last advance was actually Shadow Knife. And so basically I'm going to use that to just cut it open like a hard-boiled egg or something. Just try to slice it.
Splits open, and you can see all of those cords of light and energy flying out and back to the crowd. And you can hear the cheering from the crowd as they're expecting to hear music. And then there's a moment of confusion. The echoes in the other band members can't manage to stay around, and they just vanish. And I think Jetpack Jane kind of looks at each other. They're all a little bit confused, but they pick up their instruments and start playing. And Hyatt glances off stage and sees some of you kind of disappearing off into the shadows, or catches your face if you want her to see you. But she knows that she can handle this concert with all of her friends around, even if they abruptly run off stage while wearing a big witch's hat. But yeah, I think that's we'll call it there. Cal's on your
It was
side,
so much fun.
Awesome.
Yay.
and
Yeah, we hit
awesome.
the gold.
Yes.
Woo.
Heck yes.
Yeah, so that's Glitterheart.
Woo,
That was
it's an
so much
amazing
fun.
game.
That was so good.
It was.
So cute, so fun.
Thank all of you for playing. I had a really great time running this. This is actually only my second time running it, but I love it. I love the imagery I get from it. It's fantastic.
You did amazing. That was
You did
wonderful.
so
It
good.
was so good.
Let's just go around once more and say your name and where people can find you online. I'm going to start with Natalie.
I'm Natalie Ivan Parker. You can find me on Twitter at Chaotic Rogue or on Instagram also at Chaotic Rogue. Easiest place.
Awesome. And Delicia?
Hi, I'm Delicia, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Delicia Pastiche.
Thanks. And Rue?
Hi, I'm Rue. I was Butty. You can find me on Twitter at Cherry Drop. I also am in a weekly stream on Welcome to the Party called Unnatural Disasters, where we play Monster of the Week, and I play a conspiracy theorist that is very awkward and just recently built explosives to hit with her bat at enemies.
And Alice?
I'm Alice, and I was Petal. You can find me on Twitter at Alice Joren, and I am in a currently weekly D&D podcast called Dice Disasters, which you can find at dicedisasters.com.
Great. And Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex. I played Olive. You can find me on Instagram at Sad Wizard Vibes. That's all I do.
And my name's Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at the One True K, and you can also find some of my games on itch at archon.itch.io. Two of my games are featured in the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality, Told by Starlight, and the Festival of Deep Winter. So if you bought that, go check out the games. I think they're really cool.
Mhm.
And yeah, again, a big thank you to our sponsors, Lucky Hand Dice, Heartbeat
Mhm.
Dice, and Roll20. And I've been told that King Sundu, you have won the giveaway. So congratulations. And a big thanks to Jess, tripping over myself, for organizing this thing. We just hit the our goal, so that's really, really exciting. And this wouldn't happen without you. Thanks again. And yeah, the next game will be One Particular Harbor, and that's coming up very, very soon. So you should watch it. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.